The sinking feeling she had the last few hours. The reason she couldn't sleep. Her legs wouldn't respond. She was glued in place. Alyssa? Can you tell me what this is all about? Alice has to be up early in the morning. I'd rather not disturb her if I don't have to. Perhaps there's a question I can answer for you? She bit down on her lower lip and only let up when she feared she'd draw blood. We recovered a body in the hills not far from here. My Alice wouldn't know anything about that. Alyssa rolled the hand across her belly into a tight fist. Sharp fingernails dug into her palms. I wasn't sure, but I thought she looked a lot like your Alice. Alyssa shook her head. No, that's not possible. She's here, in her room, in bed. When was the last time she checked on Alice? She wasn't feeling well, barely ate her supper, and asked to be excused. The sheriff's eye twitched. When was supper? His features were cast in an eerie mix of candlelight and shadow. Alyssa didn't care for the way the man looked when the flame danced or the way darkened light played over his eyes. About 5:30? 6? The sheriff pulled out a pocket watch. It's nearly 3 in the morning now. She didn't appreciate the implication. My daughter was sick, Sheriff. She went to bed early. I'm not doubting you, ma'am. He held up both of his hands as if pacifying her. Instead, she felt patronized. I'd be remiss if we didn't at least look in on her. I hope I'm wrong, ma'am, that I disturbed your night for no reason. If she's under those covers asleep, I'm satisfied. There will be no need to wake her. She ignored the beads of sweat dotting her forehead. More perspiration pooled behind her knees and inside her clenched fist. She kept looking toward the back of the house, where the bedrooms were. I don't know what good it will do. It will give me peace of mind, ma'am. She wished he would go back to using her first name. It sounded more official and troubling when he was formal. Ma'am? Oh, all right. You just wait here, I'll check. I'm sorry, it is going to be a little dark. I only have one lamp. I'll be fine. She pursed her lips, not caring if the sheriff saw her look of discontent. Alyssa shuffled down the hall, past her own room, and hesitated with her hand over the knob of her daughter's door. She stopped, unable to move. Fear and panic set in. Her stomach didn't just ache. Instead, everything inside of her sizzled with anxiety. Sheriff, can you come here, please? He would have to maneuver through the dark. Alyssa didn't turn around when she heard his footsteps behind her. I can't open the door. It's locked? He asked. No. She shook her head. This was the reason she'd been unable to sleep. She hadn't known it at the time, but now understood the cause behind the trepidation she'd felt now. I'm afraid. The sheriff reached around, twisted the knob, and pushed open the door. Alyssa handed over the lantern. She couldn't bring herself to look inside her daughter's room. The dim light barely penetrated the darkness beyond the doorway. Helplessly, Alyssa forced herself to peer into the darkness. She didn't need sunlight to see Alice's bed was empty.